Hi everyone and welcome to the Dad and Lad Football Show, ready for Week 2's analysis and predictions for the weekend of Week 3.
So let's get into
I'm Dad and this is...
Lads. Now, let's get started. So for Liverpool Burnley...
No. Let's do some shout-outs. So a big shout-out to Richard Tobin, who was at the Liverpool game. Richard obviously gave us a good thumbs up for our channel and predictions. Richard was there, he had a good result, 2-0 against Burnley. And Charlie King, who gave us some predictions and got five points.
Well done.
He got a lot more points than me and him. But we'll come to that in a minute. So well done, Charlie. And hopefully, Charlie, same predictions again for this coming weekend. Get your mum to upload them onto Facebook and we'll give you a mention.
He nearly got the same as us double together. But us double together was 6, but he only got 5. But it doesn't matter because we still beat us. Now time for the results. How did we do?
Right, Seb, so do you want to start us off?
I will. And for Liverpool Burnley, half-hour kickoff, we both predicted Liverpool wins, and yes, that was very much the thing.
So yeah, that was a point each. Good game. Liverpool probably could have had a few more. There was some issues with VAR and some moments of controversy, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, comfortable win that for Liverpool.
And then for the 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock games, it was Aston Villa Newcastle first. Well, not first, but yeah. He predicted the Newcastle win. I predicted a Aston Villa win, and I got it correct.
So yeah, well done. I think
unlucky, Macca, but you did well though.
I think Newcastle had some moments of that little contention with VAR. I think Martinez should have been sent off. That should have been a penalty. But Aston Villa were back on track. Home game. So good win for the Villa there, and an even better result for Villa last 6-0
against Barrow. Now for Crystal Palace Brentford, we both predicted Brentford 0-0 draw, and there's not much to talk about there, so we'll move on to Leeds Everton.
Yeah.
We both predicted Leeds wins, draw. I think if that penalty was given, I think we probably would have. We might have scored, so that could have been.
Yeah, so we were both at that game. Leeds. My voice is still a bit husky because we were shouting non-stop. Really entertaining match. I think Everton could have probably nicked it, but we dominated possession, just couldn't quite make it count at the end. I think, but warming up, good result for both sides overall.
Now for Man City against Norwich, I think,
Yeah.
We both predicted Man City wins, and I don't think Norwich are going to do very well this season, but I think they'll be a yo-yo team. They'll be up and they'll be down, and they'll be up and they'll be down. And now for...
Yeah, I think Man City, clinical. They put the end of last weekend behind them, and a real good win for them. I think Norwich, with adding Brandon Williams before the end of the transfer window, has been good to try and tighten them up at the back. So we'll see how they get on. But certainly not looking good at the minute with Norwich conceding that many goals. So we'll see what happens.
Now for Brighton-Watford. We both predicted Watford, but it was the opposite, Brighton 2-0. And yeah, they want to keep on to Bazoum, I think his name was.
Yeah, Bazoum had a really good game, really good in midfield. I think a very different Brighton to this time last year and to last season. So Brighton will certainly be looking to kick on and keep that momentum going to stay at that bottom half. But a very different team, this by the look of it so far. Really exciting start to the season.
Now, I think it's a Sunday game now.
Yeah.
So for Southampton, Manchester United. Man U, so yeah, we both predicted, but it was a 1-1 draw. Well done to Southampton.
I think playing at home, that probably helped Southampton. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be certainly looking for more consistency as he stages a title challenge. You don't go from beating Leeds 5-1 to then join with Southampton. I think you need to be putting both of those teams, not just one. So yeah, points dropped really for Man United there.
Now for Wolves, Tottenham, we both predicted. Well, you predicted Tottenham, I predicted Wolves.
Point for Dad.
Yeah, well, if I wasn't stupid and predicted Tottenham, I would have won.
No, you predicted Wolves, didn't you, Seb? So Never mind. I think Wolves, I think they'll, difficult start to the season.
No,
New
it's
manager.
was it
Nuno
Wolves?
had really taken Wolves on quite a lot. Dele Alli with the penalty there. So 1-0
I
top.
don't like Dele Alli.
Traore, who leaves one about buying for 35 million. Good player,
Shot
but
to 50.
I think he's had missed chances last two games really. So
We don't
certainly
want
they'll be looking to try and pull things back.
Arsenal Chelsea. Lukaku scored in his debut.
Yeah, so that's a
Challenger
decade.
for the Golden Boot.
Yeah, I think certainly Lukaku will be there at the end of the season. I think a decade on from playing for Chelsea, he's obviously been at Man United and Inter Milan in that meantime. But I think Tuchel now is looking quite astute, so Chelsea certainly will be a force to be reckoned with.
Top up there. And then for the one and only Monday game, since there's only one, it was Leicester West Ham.
Leicester? Is that a new team? A mixture of Leicester and West Ham?
No, West Ham versus Leicester. I predicted a Leicester win. You predicted a draw. I was going to say a Leicester draw then. Right. And then, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Leicester, it's that
4-1
inconsistency
West
from last season. I think certainly looking, if they are going to be staying top four, they'll need to be more consistent than that. I think West Ham, great start to the season for them. 8 goals in 2 games. I think they're looking really quite dangerous, and I think they need to be putting points on the board before the European football starts because they only have a thin squad. So well done, West Ham.
Well, at least it's bigger than Leeds' scored.
Okay, so let's go on, Seb. We've got plenty of time, so no need to rush. The moments of madness.
So my moment of madness is probably, I know yours. I think mine's definitely going to be Perez's tackle. Just I don't know what he was thinking. Ben Lanzini's leg back, but it sounds like he's all right.
I think dangerous tackle really, like a grassroots challenge of which you've probably faced many, including one last night. Moment of madness there from Lanzini. My moment of madness was VAR. Again, it was much a case of controversy last season. I think from the first weekend, Moore was being let go. Fernandez's goal was blatantly offside, but obviously the advantage went with the attacking team. I think Newcastle, Callum Wilson really there. It was marginal. They should have had a penalty. Should have had a red card for Martinez. They should, penalty that would have changed the game. I think Burnley had a goal disallowed. Liverpool had a goal disallowed with Salah. So there's got to be that consistency with VAR, which I don't think is quite there. And obviously it Leeds.
Yeah.
We had a moment at the end where really we should have had a penalty against Everton, which could have given us the 3 points. So the consistency from VAR is needed. Okay,
next,
so
we have the goals of the weekend.
So Seb, what was your goal of the weekend?
Well, I have 2, and one is Rafinha's goal against Everton. My granddad had a good view of that. And then my second one is Ings' bicycle kick, his time and his technique all came together, and I think he deserved that goal too.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, my goal for the my one is the same as well. I think it was well worked, straight off the training ground, long throw, flicked on by Mings, and then finished by Ings. With a great finish, so that was certainly a well worked goal that I enjoyed seeing. And Rafinha's, as said, Seb, Grandad saw that. It was a nice curling shot through a crowded penalty area, so that was really good to see as well.
But Ings still wins our goal of the weekend.
Fantastic. So last but not least,
we
are doing this weekend's predictions, and Seb always predicts a Leeds win, whereas I am predicting. I'd love to predict and be right. A lie-in, because he is up at 6:30 every morning.
Or 7.
Yeah. 7 o'clock. When was that?
1981.
Right then, Sebs, do you want to do the predictions for this weekend?
Well, Manchester City, Arsenal to 12 o'clock kickoff. You predict?
A 3-1 Man City. I think Arsenal missing Ben White with COVID. I think they've had a difficult start. I think the pressure's beginning to build on Arteta. There's a good video on YouTube, on social media, about an Arsenal fan having a bit of a meltdown, but I can't see anything else adding to their woes, anything less than adding to their woes, really. So I'm going 3-1 Man City.
I'm going to go 2-0 City, but I think Grealish, I think Grealish will score again. Yeah, so that's it. And then moving on to Villa Brentford. Villa did thrash Barrow 6-0. It isn't a thrashing, I don't know what is a thrashing to you, but yeah, they've got Brentford next, and I think it will be close, but I think Villa will just edge this 1-0.
Yeah, and I'm going for 2-0 Villa. I think Brentford's squad, maybe with the Carabao Cup, they had to bring on some big guns to get through there. I think Villa will win that one quite comfortably.
Who did Brentford play? They're playing tonight.
They played last night. Don't ask me a question when I'm not prepared. Right, moving on to Brighton versus Everton.
So I'm thinking 2-0 Everton. I don't know what you're thinking there, because I can see.
Yeah, I think Brighton will continue their good start to the season. You're going 2-2 to the Everton. I think, yeah, possibly, but I think Brighton will kick on the full of confidence.
Yeah, but what's the prediction score?
2-1. I'm going 2-1 Brighton. I think they'll have a really good start. I think they'll kick on from last weekend as well. Very different team this year.
Now for Newcastle Southampton, heads up to Alex, my friend who just lives over there. So I think, even though I did say that, I think Southampton are still going to win, even though he is going to go.
Yeah, so no, I'm feeling much more positive for Macca. I think it'll be 3-1 Newcastle. I think Wilson, Wilcock, I think they'll kick on. I think Bruce and the Newcastle faithful really want to be kicking on a bit now on the back of last season, get a bit more attacking rather than playing 5 at the back. So I think Newcastle will send Macca home happy. Moving on to Norwich v Leicester. What have you gone for, Sebi?
Even though it was, so that last time they played, it was for West Ham, but I think this time it'll be for Leicester.
Yeah, I think Leicester will be looking to kick back. I think if they're looking to stay top 4, they need to be more consistent. I think we'll see a bit of a reaction. I think we'll see Vardy and Barnes scoring. So I think it'll be 3-1 Leicester. I think Norwich are going to really struggle, especially on the goal front. I think they'll be even more than Leeds last year, which is saying something. But Brandon Williams, maybe look at tightening up a bit, but we'll see.
And Gilmore to get them attacking.
Yeah.
Just to thread them through to Pookie, and he can defend. So I think Gilmore's a good loanee. Next, West Ham v Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace will score, but it's going to be 3-1. I think, yeah, be 3-1 West Ham.
3-1 West Ham, and I'm going for 2-0 West Ham. I think they'll continue to look at getting as many points on the board before European football starts. The other game on Saturday is really the first big clash, in my opinion, of the season. I think Liverpool-Chelsea, and I'm going, and Richard Tobin are like this, 1-0 Liverpool. Seb?
Well, it is the clash of the Titans, even though we have got Richard Tobin in our shout-outs. I'm going to be against it. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay.
I think Liverpool will go 1-up, and then towards the end, Tuchel will really get them going, and they'll score 2 goals. And
on the Sunday, we've got the mighty Leeds. Leeds-Burnley. I think Leeds will just edge it. I think Dyche will be looking for action because they haven't picked up any points yet. So I think Leeds will win, but just. I think it'll be a tight game. It'll be one of those Saturday afternoons where me and him won't be able to do anything because we'll just be too busy looking at with the head and the hands. What are you going for, Leeds-Burnley?
I'm going 3-0, and if Leeds play like they did against Everton, I think we will do very, very well. And So you're going for 3-0. Tottenham,
Watford. I'm going 2-0 Watford. I think Tottenham will continue to kick on. What are you going for, lad?
I'm going to go for 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs.
Yeah,
And the final game
I'm
of
gonna
the
go 2-1
season.
United.
And I'm going 1-1. I think Man United maybe lost a bit of confidence, so I'm going for 1-1. Now, please like, subscribe, put something on Facebook if you have any predictions yourself.
Yeah.
We're trying to finish this video in under 15 minutes, so sorry if it appears a bit rushed. But our previous video was 16 minutes and was rejected, and he needs to go somewhere. So thank you ever so much for watching and listening. And we'll see you next week. It's bye from Dad and bye from
Laddie.